Welcome, welcome to Westminster College here in Fulton, Missouri. We are sitting here in the historic gym about to watch the men's action between the Webster Gorlocks and the Westminster College Blue Jays. Tonight, we just got done watching the ladies fall to the Lady Gorlocks 89 to 81. Very close game that was just played as we are now tuning in for men's action here. Little stats coming off each team's last game for Webster. They lost 95 to 109 against Greenville. Leading scorer for that game was Rodson a team, I believe, and he had 30 points with 8 assists. And coming behind him was Jason Coleman with 16 points and 2 assists. They were 37 of 74 from the field goal, 19 of 32 from the free throw line, and with a total of 45 rebounds. For the Blue Jays, they came off a loss as well, 83 to 67 against Precipia, where they were 40% from the field, 62% from the free throw line, and the majority of their points came from the paint. Their leading scorers were Devontae Hubbard with 12 points and 9 rebounds, and Jackson Althouse with 9 points and 6 rebounds. Both teams coming off a loss, going to try and see who wants to win more as we enter this game.
In perspective, you can see that these teams are both on paper pretty even. Like, both have a close to similar win-loss record. But overall, you're going to see these men, Westminster Blue Jay men's, come out very hot from the start. They want to take the game away from the beginning. And I mean, Webster is no slouch, but at the same time, they need to take them serious and not allow any shooters to get open around the arc and completely lock down the paint and defense. But overall, it should be a great game, don't you think?
It should be.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back for the start of our game in about 2 minutes.
Yours sound a little low. Get your microphone closer to your mouth.
Test.
Welcome back to Fulton, Missouri, here in the historic gym at Westminster College, and we are getting ready for starting lineups First, we'll start off with the visiting team, the Westminster or the Webster Gorlocks. At number 1, Javon Nugget?
Nugent, I believe.
Nugent?
Yeah, Nugent.
Do we have pronouncings on here? Oh, we do. Okay, sweet. Number 12, Wynn Brown. Number 20, Stephen Hawkins. Number 21, Rodson Eaton. And number 34, Carl Moore.
And then up next, I'll announce your starters for the Westminster Blue Jays. Today we have number 3, Emil Spriggs. Number 11, Devontae the Menace Hubbard. We have number 14, Landon Harrison. Number 22, Jackson Althouse. And number 23, Ethan Thompson. As you know, we should be set for a very, very competitive game today. The Webster University Gorlocks come in 5-14 overall, 3-5 in conference, and they're on a 2-game loss streak. They're 3-9 at home and 2-5 away.
And if I heard the PA announcer right, I believe they just announced that this is Coach Mitchell's last season as the men's basketball coach.
And many of you may know whether you're an alumni or just a supporter of the team, Coach Mitchell has been here for a number of years, serving as a head basketball coach, athletic director, as well as just a mentor for the men on his team and also just men around campus. He is a truly an amazing individual. I've worked with him as a student, I've worked with him as an employee, and I mean, he gives this all to this institution. He deserves every bit of this round of applause and standing ovation because he is truly a man of Westminster.
And now we're getting ready, Westminster's getting ready to start their starting lineups. Do we have a little more stat on how Westminster's been doing here?
So Westminster College comes in 6-14 coming into this game. Not a great start to the season, but at the same time, they've still been playing some pretty competitive basketball. In conference, they are 2-7. They're on a 4-game loss streak, hoping to break that loss streak tonight.
As we listen to the PA announcer announcing the visiting Gorlocks squad here, we'll go off of, I believe, what we've seen from Westminster. Haven't really seen Webster play yet. I have not. But from watching Westminster, they overall are aggressive throughout the whole game. And looking at statistics from Webster, they are also aggressive the whole game. So I believe we'll have a tightly contested game. And you said that Westminster was on a 4-game loss streak, but I know 2 out of 4 of them, they've all been close. They've always come down to the last second. And we just come short here.
I would like to also point out that the last time Westminster and Webster met, Westminster lost 59-44. But I believe that the team overall has kind of became more of a cohesive group and started working together better off. This may be a game where they go back and get that win back from Webster. They just announced Emil the Real Deal Spriggs. Number 11, Devontae the Menace Hubbard. One of our better defensive anchors on the team. 14, Landon Harrison. Then we have Jackson Althouse. And Ethan Thompson. That is your starting lineup for the Westminster Blue Jays again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is time for some more Blue Jay basketball.
Jumping center for the Blue Jays, I believe, will be Jackson Althouse. And jumping for the Gorlocks will be number 34, 34, Paul Moore. As we wait on the refs here. Jumping.
Althouse wins the jump ball.
Emil Spriggs controlling the ball for the Blue Jays. He hands it off to Harrison. Harrison looking around, trying to find somebody. He dribbles, Bounce passes it to Spriggs in the paint. His shot's up is deflected.
Spriggs had a great idea getting the smaller defender in the post, but you got to watch out for the trees.
Number 12, Wynn Brown, passes it over to Eaton. We have more control on the ball. He swings it over to.
The Blue Jays are doing a really good job of sticking to the ball handlers. He just forced to travel. See, that's what I mean by Devontae Hubbard being a menace. He is somebody who's going to stick to you on defense all game. He's one of those good utility players. He'll get you a few points, get you some rebounds, but overall, he's going to come and play defense.
Watching these last few games, he has been aggressive on defense. As the Blue Jays have the ball here, Harrison swings it over to Althouse. Althouse looking around. He was driving in, but popped a shot.
Nice little jumper by Althouse.
Webster has the ball, controlled by Brown. Brown swings it over to Hawkins, who swings it over to Eaton. Webster controlling the ball. Webster is down in Cape Girardeau. Am I right?
Oh, Webster?
Yeah, I think they're down in Cape Girardeau or St. Louis.
Yep, they're down to St. Louis.
Blue Jays control the ball. Beautiful pass to Emil Spriggs, but Spriggs.
Nice setup for the easy 2 points. He just missed the shot.
Gorlock's making the call. Eaton talking to his teammates. Looks like he's just waiting for the play to develop. He passes it to Nugent and gives it to Moore. Moore swinging over to Eaton. Eaton looking, gives it to Hawkins. Hawkins bounce pass and the shot clock violation.
This is what Westminster's going to have to capitalize on. If they're going to make these little mistakes, we need to capitalize and turn those into points for us.
Looking at past games, it looks like Westminster is really good at making their opponent wait to the last second to make their shots.
That's what comes from great defense. They're sitting there smothering their opponents and making good rotations on defense to make sure no man is left open, just to ensure that the other team's going to think more. They want to make bad passes. They want to wait till the last second to shoot the ball.
Jackson Althouse with a beautiful pass to Landon Harrison for a jump shot. Increases their lead here. We have 17-15 left here in the first half. 4-0. Blue Jays up as the Gorlocks control the ball. In the paint.
Good job poking the ball out, Spriggs. Now the Blues are on the fast break.
Ethan Thompson swings out to Althouse. Althouse thought about it, but he's going to pull a jump shot. His jump shot's up and good.
Jackson is always a threat of going off for a big game. They need to shut him down if they want to stay in the game. If not, he will rain from the three-point. There's some games where he went 8 for 10 from the three alone.
Eaton with the ball at the top of the key. He drives to the charity stripe and backs right back out to Nugent. Nugent, he pops a shot. His shot's up, no good. Rebounded. Was going to be rebounded by the Blue Jays, but the ref will call Thompson out of bounds and will remain Gorlock's ball as we got a substitution here. Coleman subbing in for Nugent. As it looks like we're just waiting for the refs to get it going. Ball was inbounded to Eaton. Eaton to Hawkins. Hawkins pass it right back to Eaton. Eaton bounce passing it to Moore. Moore, his layup, shots up and good.
Nice move by 34 to make his way into the paint.
Looks like Gorlocks are going to switch over to a full court pressure defense with Harrison making it past half court.
They need to be careful with their full court press. I understand if the team inbound the ball makes mistakes or they can clog the passing lanes, but that does leave the opportunity for the ball handler to get in front of the defender and leave a few guys open when they make those rotations.
I don't know if you saw it or not. I guess there was a penalty on the play, but Eberlin subbing in.
Looked like it was a blocking foul.
Okay. As Coleman has control, he swings it over to Eaton. Eaton looking around. He's looking. He needs the dribble eventually. Swings it over to Hawkins. Hawkins in the bottom corner swings it back to Eaton. Eaton over to Coleman, who swings it over to 12. Yeah, Brown. Brown thought about popping the shot. He passes out to Moore. Moore swing it over to Hawkins. Hawkins jump shots up, no good. And Althouse is going to let it go out of bounds.
It's a good job creating space by the ball handler, but at the same time, he has to finish on shots like that. Those are going to be the opportunities where those points are left on the court, and you're going to need them at the end of the game.
6-2 our score here with 15:30 left in the half. Blue Jays controlling the ball. Spriggs gets a screen from Everland. He drops it low to Everland. Everland's shot was a little too hard off the glass as Coleman's driving up the court for the Gorloks. He swings it to Brown. Brown shot is up and good.
I'll tell you one thing, Ben Everland, once he kind of gets comfortable with his body, I feel like he's still growing a little bit, and he gets more confident, and he's going to be a menace inside. Like, he's going to be something that defenders hate to see. He's tall, he's not unathletic, he's mobile. So they need to watch out for him. It's just going to be that development over playing for the next few years on the college level.
Number 14, Mark Moore, subbing in for Hawkins for the Gorloks. I'm sorry. I did not mean to interrupt you.
But, you know, sometimes on the high school level, being a taller individual, like, he's 6'8", and he's only a freshman in college. He was probably 6'5", 6'6" in high school, towering over defenders who were over him, so he could just lay it in. Now people are more aggressive. They're more athletic. That height over mind over height thing. So he needs to just get confident with and comfortable with his size and find his shot within the paint.
I know a lot of, out of my recruiting experiences and looking at a lot of other sports, height is a huge thing when it comes to college athletics.
Yep, but you know, also in the NBA, a lot of teams are switching over to small ball.
Yes, they are. As the Gorloks have the ball, number 14, Mark Moore lost handle on his dribble, so the Blue Jays will get the ball.
Good job by being to kind of put a body on him and make him make that mistake. You know what I can say? Compared to the Webster women's team, this press isn't as aggressive as theirs. Like there's three people down from the start, flocking the ball. They kind of play a little more relaxed. Good pass.
Wonderful pass by Thompson to Harrison for the layup. Gorloks have the ball at the top of the key with number 22.
His shot's out. Thompson gets the rebound, passes the ball to Emil Spriggs, and he pushes up the court. Strong finish, but he couldn't get the points.
Talking about the height use by Everland to get the rebound and put back was up and good. And the blocking foul on,
you know, one thing I was talking about earlier, so with those bigger defenders, like the bigger people on your team, it's harder for them to draw fouls because of their size, especially when it's a blocking versus a charging call. And Ben is a great example of that. He could have got his feet planted and went up and said it was a charge, but somebody hits him there, hit him hard enough, and guess what? It's going to be considered blocking. He's just so sturdy.
First shot by Coleman was up and good. As we have Trey Kemker and Galbraith subbing for the Blue Jays, and number 23, Bryce Woolridge, I believe, and number 1, Nugent to sub in for the Gorloks. Coleman's second shot was up and no good, but will go out of bounds. Or no, they're going to call a penalty on the Gorloks. Allhouse driving the ball up for the Blue Jays. He might try going all in. He's going to pop a shot. His shot's up and good. Number 3, Coleman driving up the court for the Gorloks. He has control. He's at the top wing. He passes it over to Nugent, who tried driving in. He's looking around. He's got to get rid of it at some point. He swings it over to Woolridge. No, sorry, Beckton. Beckton, he's in the paint. He's shots up, no good, but Spriggs to foul. So he will get 2 shots at the charity stripe here for the Gorloks. 12-6 our score here with 13-11 left in the half, as Jeffries is looking to sub in for the Blue Jays. He's sitting down here at the scores table. Beckton's first shot's up and good. Jeffrey subs in for Spriggs. As Beckton gets prepared for his free throw shot. His second shot's up and good.
Man, it's lovely to see a packed house like this. That's why I always love our in-conference games, because some of our schools are so close that their fans come out as well, and it gives that full atmosphere of college athletics. And it's beautiful to see the historic gym kind of full of life.
And it's been, and last season really didn't see much of it, but having actually a crowd here in these times of COVID, it's wonderful how we're now getting everybody back into the gym.
It's just pre-COVID times, we would have this place stacked out. Like the left side would be all of our students and everywhere else fans. One thing I do like to see is I'm seeing people from within the Fulton community here today. People that don't have many attachments to Westminster other than it's one of our colleges in town, and to have them here showing support, and then just all the other fans, families, and friends that are here. It's good to see that our athletics programs are supported by not only our students and faculty. Like we even have the president of the college here today. We have a director of financial aid here today as well. Like they are here enjoying the game, and it's great to see.
As you see, the Gorlocks have the ball. Coleman shots up, no good, but will go out of bounds on Galbraith, as I believe he was trying to look for a foul. But Harrison's going to sub in for Thompson. As Gorlocks had the ball. They throw it, Nugent threw it up to Beckton, who's over to Coleman, back to.
Pretty athletic finish right there. Nice take by Webster.
Woolridge is the one that made the shot, as Jeffries is in control of the ball for the Blue Jays. He swings it to Kemker. Kemker down to Althouse. Althouse's jump shot's up and is no good. Rebounded by Beckton. Beckton at the charity stripe. He pops a shot. His shot's up, no good. Rebounded by Nugent. Nugent, his next shot's up, no good, but the foul will be called on, he said 32, so that'd be on Trey Kemker.
One thing they need to be careful with is Nugent, because he's not the most efficient shooter necessarily. I mean, he went 2 for 7 from the field at the last game, but he was 3 from 6 from the field from the free throw. He only dropped 7 points, so they need to stop giving him those free point opportunities. He's 50-50 from the free throw line, but I like how they're playing a little bit off him on defense, just in case he's going to drive and cut towards the paint. I feel like that's where he likes to make a lot of his shots at.
Nugent's second shot is up and is no good. Rebounded by Galbraith. Galbraith moving the ball. He hands it off to Jeffries. Jeffries calling the play. He's looking around. He swings it over to Harrison. Harrison dribbling up to the key. He wanted to try driving in, but bounces it out to Hubbard. Hubbard at the top wing, looking around. He's dribbling, trying to get out of the way. And we get a traveling call. Devontae not, I don't think, happy with that call.
He's not, but the refs rules the law out there. Got to be careful, because there was a tech thrown earlier at a coach, so I know these refs don't mind throwing them at players.
Yes. That was in our women's game earlier. Nugent in the paint, having to get rid of it, gives it.
Devontae is a good person to be covering Nugent right now. He's not going to give him any opportunity for any free shots in the paint. And he's boxing out.
Oh, what are we doing here? A pushing call on number 34, Carl Moore. Jeffries moving the ball up for the Blue Jays. And watching the Blue Jays offense, they run a very fast-paced offense. It's not slow and steady. They are up and going.
Good finish by number 11, Devontae Hubbard.
As Jeffries, knowing what he did, As now the Blue Jays are now going to do a full court pressure. A more relaxed full court pressure. And watching the Blue Jays, watching their previous games, they are a team that aren't very aggressive when they come to a full court pressure, but when it comes down to it, they can be.
Good steal by number 0, Makai Galbraith. Good job getting the ball off the court.
Hubbard handed off to Galbraith. Galbraith across the court to Harrison. Harrison drives in. His shot's up and good.
That is a big man move right there. Tough finish by Harrison.
And watching Harrison, he takes those risk shots. He drives in. He does not care.
When he decides to cut, he's going to cut fast.
Beautiful steal by Hubbard. Hubbard's fast break shots up, no good, but he will go to the free throw line. Oh, no, are they calling on the ground? Or is he going to the free throw line?
He's shooting foul. He was going up for the shot, got a nice little push from the back. They wanted to stop the fast break. Good idea to stop the fast break and make him earn the points at the free throw line, but from what I know, he's not that bad of a free throw shooter.
Althouse Williams to sub in for the Blue Jays. For Kemker and Jeffries. And subbing in for the Gorlocks is number 20 and 21, Hawkins and Eaton. (19-11) our score here with 9:53 left in a half. Hubbard's second shot's up, no good. Rebounded by Nugent. Nugent hands it off to Brown. Brown dribbling past half court. He looks around, dribbling in between the circles. He bounces it down to Eaton. Eaton hands it right off to Hawkins. Hawkins at the top wing swings it to Brown. Brown down low to back to Eaton. Eaton in the bottom wing swings it to Nugent. Nugent has to give it away to Eaton. Again with these making, like I was talking about, Westminster making them wait until the last second to try making a shot.
Puts a lot of panic on the ball carrier. Like, you got 3, 5, 7 seconds or less to shoot a shot. You're more likely going to shoot a bad shot.
Eaton at the free throw line. His shot's up, no good.
And that just comes from good defense. Like, you're covering space. You're making sure they can't have any open passes or any open shots. They're going to have to figure something out sooner or later.
Yes, indeed. Eaton's second shot's up and good. And Coach Mitchell wants to take a timeout. We'll see how long of a timeout he wants. He wants a full 30. Starting off here, 19-12 our score, 9:23 left in the first half. Looking at what both teams need to work on. So far the Blue Jays need to watch their fouls. They've already got 6 fouls here with just under 9:30 here. The Gorlocks looks like they need to get those shots to go in.
To be honest, I feel like the Blue Jays, they stick with their game plan. Like, defensively, they are pretty sound right now. They just need to stick with their defensive game plan and get a few more open shots. Let's get Althouse and Harrison and the rest of them some open shots around the arc. Sink a few threes. Let them know that we can attack from the perimeter as well. As far as Webster, mental mistakes and just not finishing on shots. That's all it is.
Harrison swinging down to Williams. Williams to Galbraith in the bottom corner. Galbraith moving around. He swings it up to Althouse. Althouse at the top to the key. He wants a 3. His 3 is no good. Rebounded by Moore. Brown controlling the ball. He swings it to Hawkins. Hawkins wants a 3, and it's good.
Good shot by Hawkins for Webster. You can see him running up the court and looking back at the ball carrier and knowing that it was coming to him.
Spriggs at the top of the key. He hands it off to Williams. Williams looking around and gives it back to Spriggs. Spriggs looking for somebody. Gives it to Althouse. Althouse down to Williams. Williams, he's going to drive in, but he's going to swing out to Spriggs. Spriggs wants a three. His three's good.
Bing bong, right back at you.
22-15 our score with 8:20 left in the half. Hawkins at the top of the key swings it to Nugent. Nugent looking around. He bounce passes it to Moore. Moore down low to Eaton. Eaton, he's stolen by Althouse to Spriggs. Spriggs driving up the court. He swings it to Althouse. Althouse wants a three. His three's good. That's a back threes, and that's going to make Coach Bunch take a timeout, and he's going to take a full timeout. Back-to-back threes, 25-15 our score here with just under 8 minutes to go in the first half. And it looks like the Blue Jays are now finding their rhythm in those last two shots.
You can see the head coach for Webster is not happy. He's leaning into his team, but he's just telling them to get them together. He's letting them know that these mistakes cannot continue happening.
And we talked earlier about last time these two teams met that Westminster fell short, and now they're leading by 10.
Gotta learn from the mistakes, man. I think Westminster also on both sides, like on the men's side and women's side, the teams have gotten more connected. They melded together and they get a little bit more confident in each other's abilities.
Coming out of the timeout, Gorlock's ball. They're going to start on their side of the court. Brown commanding his teams. He passes half court up to the circle, moves his way up to the wing. He's just dribbling. He's trying to find somebody. He gives it to Hawkins. Hawkins to Eaton. Eaton at the top wing. He was gonna try driving in, but on the floor penalty. But they're gonna call a penalty on Spriggs. So we will do a one-on-one. Eaton's first shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Spriggs. Spriggs moving up the court to Williams. Williams, his layup shot's up and good.
I don't know what it was in the middle of the court, but it took down one of Webster's players. He just couldn't get his footing.
Brown at the top of the wing moves to the key. He throws it over to Beckton. Beckton stolen away from Harrison, but what are they calling? Jeffries and Thompson a sub in for Spriggs and Galbraith. Were they calling an over the back call on Althouse?
I'm not even sure. I missed the call. I was looking at who was that, Spriggs over there on the top of the key.
I knew Harrison stole the ball, and as soon as he did, the ref called the penalty. But Moore's first shot was good, so he'll get another. 27-16 our score here with 7:10 left in the game. Althouse with the rebound. Moore's second shot was no good. Harrison to Jeffries. Jeffries giving the call. He's going to hand it over to Harrison. Harrison at the top of the key. He's going to try driving in, but all got stolen by Beckton. Beckton moving up. He swings it to Hawkins. Hawkins down low to Moore, but they're going to call a penalty on Moore. As they said, he pushed, so Blue Jays will get the ball. So a substitute on the court for the Gorlocks is number 3, Coleman for number 20. Yeah, number 20, Hawkins. Harrison at the bottom wing here. He dribbles. He's going to drive in, but gets swatted out of bounds by Moore.
Solid block by Moore. He timed that jump just right. And even Harrison knew. He knew when he was up there. All right, let's try to hold on to it as long as possible. He just kind of hovered there with the ball.
Williams to Jeffries. Jeffries moving around. He gives it to Thompson at the top wing. To Althouse. Althouse dribbles up. He throws it down low to Harrison. Harrison out to Jeffries, but they're going to go ahead and call it out of bounds.
Coach Krill not happy about what just happened. I could hear him. What is he doing?
You have one ref saying that he wasn't out. You have the other one saying he was out, but they just went ahead and went with the out of bounds call. As Beckton is at the top wing, he looks. He gives it to. He gave it to Moore, whose shot was up and no good. Jeffries on the fast break. Beautiful assist by Harrison. So you have Mark Moore and Carl Moore. So I'll try calling them by their first names. As Carl has the ball, his shot's up and good. As Jeffries is controlling the ball. From what I've seen, the Blue Jays are really just running one play. From what I've seen, so Althouse's shot was up, no good.
Webster has the paint on lock right now. Oh, he tried to get too fancy with it and he couldn't finish.
Mark's shot was up, no good. Stolen by the Blue Jays. Ethan Thompson, the relaxed three-pointers up and good.
Stop and pop. That is a beautiful shot.
32-18 our score here with 5:10 left in the half. Blue Jays up. Coleman talking to the Gorlocks. He gives it to Woldridge. Woldridge to Carl. Carl's shot was up, no good. As Jeffries gives it to Althouse. Althouse back to Jeffries. To Thompson. Thompson wants another three.
We call him Hawkeye. Give my man a ball.
As the coach Bunch wants another full timeout. 35-18 our score here with 5:46 left in the game. Sorry, not in the game. Wow. I'm moving that really fast. In the half.
That man can hit an ant on the tree with a slingshot.
Dang, that'd be a really, really hard shot. That's the first time I've ever heard that before.
Talking about the amazing shooters Westminster has, I feel like it goes unnoticed until they go off for, a high percentage night. I feel like we have a solid lineup of people who can all handle the ball and shoot pretty well to keep points coming consistently.
As we're just waiting for this minute to get out, talking about how I've seen a lot of alumni here tonight. I've seen Coach Mitchell and Coach Creel talking to a bunch of people.
You want to know why? Coach Mitchell's last go-around, man. They had to come celebrate it. So they put together a little event to celebrate and show Coach Mitchell's appreciation with some alumni, some of his old athletes mainly, and a few friends. They wanted to let him know that his years here are really, truly appreciated.
As the Gorlocks have the ball, 35-18 your score here. The Blue Jays up with 4:45 left in the game, in the half. I'm still stuck on the women's game here. As Webster has the ball. Woolridge shots up and good.
Big man move. He wants to attack the paint.
Blue Jays now have the ball. Jeffries giving the call. It's been that kind of day. But Aldhouse bounce pass to Kemker in the foul on number 22, Marcus Beckton. As the Blue Jays have the ball under their own basket. As Jeffries guarded by Mark Moore. Ethan Thompson wanted another unbalanced three. Was no good as Mark Brown LC. So we'll go with Moore. As Beckton drives in, his shot's no good. Rebounded by Eaton. Eaton back to Moore, to Coleman, to.
It was no good. Second attempt was good by number 14, Mark Moore.
Harrison, he's driving all the way in, but blocked.
The athleticism of Webster's team is just uncanny.
Blocked by Althouse. Back-to-back blocks by both teams as Jeffries lost handle of the ball, but Moore was the last to touch it as he basically stripped it out of Jeffries' hands under the basket. Thompson to inbound the ball. He gives it to Jeffries. Jeffries to Harrison. Harrison lobbing it low to Althouse. Althouse's jump shot's up, no good.
The shot looked good coming out of his hand. It just didn't have the right spin on it. Bounced off the rim.
Woolridge.
Stolen
by Jackson Althouse, but it looks like he's going to try and slow it down a little bit. He's going to give it to Thompson. Thompson, he's going to go in. Gives it back to Althouse. Althouse looking around. His layup's up and good.
Fighting with the defender on his back to go make that shot. Beautiful take.
37-23 our score here with 2:40 left in the half.
Almost had him on a steal.
Woolridge's three's no good. Rebounded by Harrison. Harrison passes half court. He's going to lob up a shot. It hits.
The floater just too short.
With Woolridge. Oh, are they going to get him for the traveling? I believe they did. Galbraith subbing in for Harrison as Hawkins and Brown sub in for the Gorlocks. Galbraith inbounds it to Jeffries. Jeffries going to control the ball for the Blue Jays. He throws it over to Althouse. Althouse looking around. He's going to drive all the way in. Shot's no good.
Ooh, Mackay had the opportunity for the second chance points.
Webster moving it. Brown shot's up, no good. Rebounded by Kemker. Kemker's been out the last few games. I don't know if he was back on their last game or not, but the last home game or two he has been out.
Well, he's back now in rotation and ready to ball.
Thompson wanted another three, but was just short as the Webster is going in. Coleman's shot's up, no good.
I think just him getting ready to take the charge threw him off a little bit.
Jeffries at the halftime circle gives it to Althouse. Althouse to Thompson. Thompson to the bottom wing. He lobs it down to Kemker. Kemker. He went up for the shot but gets fouled. So he will go to the free throw line. The penalty was on Eaton. Number 1 Nugent and number 24. I think it's Jadis Smith to sub in for Beckton and Eaton. As Kemker shot is up, no, and good. Did they only give him one shot? Thought he was supposed to have two. Okay. That was a little odd. But Webster has the ball. Just hit under a minute and a half. 38-23 our score here. Westminster up. Nugent wants a two. His shot's no good. Rebounded by Althouse. Althouse gives it to Galbraith. Galbraith bounce passes it to Jeffries. But 42 seconds left in the half. And Jeffries gives it to Galbraith. Galbraith to Althouse with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Althouse wants a long three and he gets it.
Somebody got to calm him down.
41-23 with just under 20 seconds to go in the half. Oh, almost a picked off by Thompson. as the Gorlocks bounce pass to Nugent. Nugent, his shot's up, no good. What are they calling? Kemker on the foul as Williams is the sub in. But we gotta wait till after Nugent's first shot here. His first shot's up and nothing but net. Williams subbing in for Kemker as we have 5.7 seconds left, 41-24 our score. And if I was a betting man, I bet Westminster just holds on to it for the rest of the half. But no, Jeffries wanted a shot, but missed. And that will be halftime. We will be going into halftime. 41-25 our score here. And going into halftime, and we'll be back here in a little bit. Just to give a little halftime stats here, for Webster, they are 30% from the field, 42% from the three-point line, and 61% from the free throw line. That was in the first quarter, first half. I'm still kind of transitioning from women's basketball to men's. Their leading scorer as of right now is Carl Moore. For Westminster, they have 41 points on the board. They are 50% from the field goal, 50% from the three-point line, and 66% from the free throw line. And their leading scorer right now is Jackson Althouse with 14 points already. As the biggest lead for Westminster, I believe, is 18. Was the biggest score here. And we'll be back in just a minute.
Check, 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 check. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with a special guest.
Hi,
You are?
Morgan Deal.
And Morgan Dill is one of our current students, ex-student athletes, and just a very well-rounded individual. And I thought it'd be good to get her up here to ask a few questions and, just chat a little bit about Westminster. So first thing is, what year are you here as a student?
I am a senior.
Oh, I know you're happy for it to almost be over, huh?
I am.
What is your major?
I am a psychology major,
Ooh, a lot smarter than I was. I was a business major.
period.
So, wow. So just to start things off, tell us a little bit about how you came to the decision that you wanted to attend Westminster.
I was interested in athletics and just kind of wanted to find a school that I could do a balance between athletics and academics. So,
Okay, so you were a part of athletics, so you were a student athlete here. What sport did you play?
yeah, I played volleyball for 3 years.
Volleyball for 3 years. As a psychology major, any other clubs, organizations, or anything?
No,
That's fine.
that's all right.
So when coming into your decision to choose Westminster College, what was the big selling factor for you? What truly made you be like, you know what, this is a school for me?
I think I came on a visit here and I just really liked the vibe and I just thought everyone was pretty nice and I liked the coach, so I was like, why not?
All right, in your 3 years playing, what type of accolades or anything that you rack up? Awards, championships, cool stuff?
Well, we ended up going to the NCAA tournament. That was pretty cool. Won conference. And yeah, that's pretty much.
Why are you playing it down like you guys wasn't out there balling out? I'm watching you guys play. You guys were awesome.
Yeah, it was a fun time. I definitely miss it. So.
I understand. What made you step away from volleyball?
I think it was mostly because I wanted to do an internship, and there was no way that I could have an internship, do all my classes, and volleyball.
And was your coach understanding? Did you feel like it was no?
No, she kind of tried to convince me to keep doing volleyball because she was like, you're going to miss it once you stop, which is true, but had to do it.
Had to do it. And did you get that internship?
I did.
So what was that experience like?
It's been the best job I've ever had, and I feel like it just kind of made me feel like I was in the right major and I am kind of on the right path to what I want to do after Westminster. So.
Okay. See, that's why I like to hear that, athletics or academics, you just want it all to work out in the long run.
Yeah.
And where's your internship at, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, it's Missouri Girls Town. It's a home for girls that failed out of foster care.
I actually worked there.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, so I honestly love it, and it's going to be sad when I have to leave at the end of the year, but I really am glad I did it.
You don't have to leave. You could work there for a little bit.
Yeah, no, they even said, they were like, so, because I'm doing a master's actually at Webster after this, and they were like,
traitor.
I know. And they were like, yeah, you could work here and do counseling, and we would pay for your master's, and I was like, oh.
I mean, that doesn't sound like too bad of a deal. And
yeah.
When reaching out for the internship, how'd you get it set up?
I honestly just emailed their director and was like, hey, I'd love to work for you and do an internship. And then we set up an interview, and I came back and worked the next year. So.
No, that's great there, because a lot of Westminster alum have worked at Missouri Girls Town.
Yes.
A good number of us out there have been there. And throughout your 4 years, what was one of your what was your proudest achievement and one of your most enjoyable moments? It's a two-part question.
Probably my proudest achievement was going to the tournament for volleyball. That was really cool because no one expected us to go, and just a small school, and we were playing University of Chicago. It was a pretty big deal. So.
Jeez, you guys were out there playing with the big dogs, and let me know you got a lot of bite, huh? You give them a good run for their money. It's okay. Feel free not to answer. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not going to answer that.
No, but it still sounds like a wonderful opportunity. And to any students who are potentially looking at Westminster, what do you want to tell them?
It's a fun time. It's a close-knit community. I mean, yeah, if that's what you're looking for, then Westminster is a good idea.
All right. And any advice for upcoming student athletes to get recruited? Any advice for those high school seniors and juniors who are looking to get college's attention?
I feel like the biggest thing is just communication. Honestly, that's what I did. I just reached out to my coach and was like, hey, I'd like to play for you. And she was like, okay, come play for me. And that's that. It's not as hard as you need to, do something crazy like that.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. When I got recruited by Westminster and all the other schools I were looking at, I kind of did the lazy approach. I let them come find me.
Yeah, I didn't even commit to Westminster until my, the end of my senior year, I wasn't planning on going anywhere, so.
Well, there we go. Well, Morgan, I really appreciate the time you taking out to talk to me. I know you didn't want to do it, but I appreciate you helping me out. And who knows, you may have some students on the line that may be like, you know what? she helped me choose Westminster, or she helped me choose my college of choice because of your advice. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Westminster College here in the historic gym in Fulton, Missouri, as we have the Westminster Blue Jays taking on Webster Gorlocks. 41-25 is the score. Blue Jays up.
And you guys know what that means. It's time to get this party started again within a minute and 40 seconds. With your Blue Jays having a strong lead, I mean, what do you think they need to do to keep that lead, or what do you think Webster needs to do to kind of cut into that lead?
Well, for Webster, they need to make sure that they are taking shots, more reasonable shots. From looking at the last half, they were taking just random shots and just trying to get those shots to go in, try to create more space. For the Blue Jays to keep this lead, they need to keep being aggressive on offense and making those tough shots as they continue, and they need to continue to drive in the paint and cause them fouls. Something that the Blue Jays need to keep away from is fouls. They had, let's see, they had a total of 9 fouls, I believe.
Yep, a total of 9 fouls. And you know one thing, they need to watch out for Etienne Rodson. All right, that individual, I mean, his last game out, he dropped 30 points. So if he gets hot, he could potentially bring them back. But right now,
he's only at 1.
Yeah, right now he has 1 point, which is 1 of 3 free throws.
And
I mean, if he does get hot and gets into his usual groove, this could be trouble for the Blue Jays. I mean, it's a whole half we have left, and it's 41-25. Anything can happen in this game.
Looking at some of these stats, looking at Westminster's, Jackson Althouse with 14 points just in the first half alone. If he can continue with this little hot streak he has going on right now, this could be a really tough game for Webster to come back from. But obviously we have a whole nother half of basketball here as the Bulldogs, I believe, will have possession of the ball. At least the position arrow says they do. They will, yes, indeed. On the floor for the Blue Jays, you have the starting 5, Harrison, Thompson, Hubbard, Althouse, and Spriggs. And for the Gorlocks, you have Woolridge, Beckton, Eaton, and Moore. That is Carl Moore. As the first possession for the Gorlocks was no good. As Blue Jays now have the ball, Spriggs at the top of the key. He swings it over to Althouse. Althouse on the bottom wing. He looks around. He dribbles and he hands it off to Spriggs. Spriggs moving around. He throws it to Thompson. Thompson bounce passes it to Althouse. Althouse trying to give a little drive in. His shot's up and no good. Rebounded by no one but Hubbard with the great attempt to try to get it back in, but went out.
That's all hustle. You can't teach that. Like, you got to have it or you don't. And he's one of those guys who's going to make those hustle plays or try to make them for the team. He's going to put his body on the line.
As the Gorlocks high position on the ball, it is Beckton. Beckton over to Moore. Moore looking around. He's trying to find somebody to give it to. He gives it to Eaton. Eaton, he's going to drive in. Hubbard, though, and the charge. Hubbard gets the charge. So it will now be Blue Jays ball. And Eaton a little shaken up after that.
Told you, Hubbard puts his body on the line. He took that charge and didn't even question it.
Blue Jays with the ball. Althouse. He has the ball. He's at the charity stripe. He throws it over to Spriggs. Spriggs wanted to try driving in. Tipped, but given to Harrison. Harrison to Althouse. Althouse at the bottom wing. Hands it right back to Harrison. Harrison, he's going to try driving. He throws it across to Spriggs. Spriggs with the wide open 3 is good. Walking bucket. And now Spriggs.
Beautiful play just to get him open out there. Like, he was kept moving, kept on the off ball just to make sure that he lost his defenders. And when they took his eyes off of him, he made him pay.
More in the paint is Blue Jays now have the ball, moving it fast. Spriggs to go in. Spriggs gives it to Thompson. Thompson.
Spriggs has great body control just to convert those passes out there going off the drive real quick.
And he has another wide open 3 and no good. Rebounded by Moore as the Gorlocks have the ball. Woolridge's shot's up, no good, and goes out of bounds on Westminster. Gorlocks have the ball under their own basket. 44-25 our score, just with 17:35 left in the game. And what I've came to notice watching college basketball is the first half is way faster than the second half.
I don't know, with these two teams, they may keep it fast-paced the whole game.
In the corner was Woolridge. Woolridge's pass was intercepted, but out of bounds by Harrison. So Gorloks will continue to have the ball. They have 10 seconds on the shot clock. As Woolridge is trying to find somebody. Eaton's shot was deflected by Spriggs. And it'll go out on the Gorloks as it was tipped out. Harrison inbound, gives it to Hubbard. Hubbard to Spriggs. Spriggs dribbling, he throws it over to Hubbard. Hubbard is now in the paint. He gets the shot up.
He said, no problem, meet me in the post. Even with the bigger defender on him, he still made space and got that shot off.
What a steal as Woolridge lost his footing. Thompson to Harrison. Harrison lays the ball off the glass and in. So
this may be a problem for Webster if they don't do something quickly to get some points on the board.
Westminster up by 23 with 16:25 left in the game. As that shot was up and no good. Stolen by Althouse, who saves it from going out of bounds. To Hubbard. Hubbard, his shot is up and good.
Move by Hubbard in the paint. This is what I like to see.
Westminster firing off on all cylinders right now as Hubbard is at the charity stripe to try to convert the and one. And the crowd went crazy after that. And his free throws no good, but rebounded by the Blue Jays. Harrison shots up no good, and
hustle yet again.
They're going to give it to the Gorloks as it went out on Hubbard. And Hubbard all smiles down there as Coleman is the sub-in for Woolridge. As we have a little more substitution coming in, we have both Moores on the court, Mark and Carl. So we'll call him by the first name. As Coleman has the ball, he dribbles, he's at the charity stripe, he's gonna go all the way in. Great steal by Jackson Althouse as he poked the ball out, but Coleman could not regain the ball.
Coach must have spiked the Gatorade or gave them some good words of encouragement because they came back this half ready to play.
It's always that halftime speech in the locker room.
It's always a good speech when you're up. I remember being down a couple times and they made us come back and win the game. Those words in there, only things a coach could tell you that really get you pumped to go back and hit the court or the field.
As Harrison went to drive in, he swings out to Althouse to Thompson. Thompson wants a three. No good. Rebounded by Coleman. As Coleman's going to try driving all the way, but they're going to call a penalty on Hubbard. And the Gorloks will have the ball under their own basket. Great steal by the Blue Jays as Joshua Althouse throws it to Harrison. Harrison's layup is up and good. The Blue Jays corresponding well with each other as Coach Bunch wants a timeout.
I don't know if you guys can hear this, but the crowd is going absolutely crazy. Seeing the men's Blue Jays up by 27 points right now.
52-25 our score here with just a little over 15 minutes left in the game. this half so far has started off as a not very much of a foul trouble game right now, but you always got to watch out for them. Coach Bunch not very happy right now, and you look over at Coach Mitchell, and Coach Mitchell's a little bit of smiles and calmness as everybody's huddled up at their own bench, and the cheer squad trying to get this crowd into the game. We got a little bit of a student section here, not as big, but a little bit of one. But I will recap this. I will retell the score as it is 52-25, just over 15 left to go in the game. Gorloks have the ball on their side of the court. Brown controlling the ball. He hands it off to Coleman. Coleman to Eaton. Eaton look, trying to talk to. Oh, we have both Moores, I believe. Yes, we do. So Carl had the ball. He hands off to Mark. Mark.
You know what? I'd like to point out Emil Spriggs out there. The way he fought through those two screens, he stuck to his man and made it through two screens.
You don't see that very much.
They just get called upon as a smaller person on the court. He did not care. He says he's going to get through them one way or another.
Sorry. Brown wanted a three, but it was no good. Rebounded by Coleman. Coleman on the top wing throws it to. Oh, well, what? What was that?
They're going to reset the clock.
Oh, okay. I thought they were calling a foul on number 20. I was like, there ain't no number 20 out there. What's going on here? A little some miscommunication between the refs here.
Ooh, the ball's lost just out of his reach. Blue Jays take the ball, push it up the court. Let's see how they capitalize on this.
I don't remember if Galbraith was in, but he must have been subbed in. While Spriggs is in the top half court corner. And he's dribbling around. He's trying to find somebody. He gets the Altas. Altas wants a long three, and it's good.
That was like butter. It just slid on in. Like, that was a beautiful shot. All net, no rim.
And he was tightly guarded as well, so
he said
that's not an easy shot.
Hand in his face, he want to pull up on everybody.
Spriggs with the beautiful ball handling to get around. Gives it to Harrison. Harrison to Altas. Altas, he wants another three. It's no good. Rebounded by Carl Moore, but he's going to get fouled, and it will be Gorlock's ball. I think I spoke a little too early when I was talking about fouls. 55-25 our score.
I'm not worried about foul trouble yet, man. This is a game of knowing when to foul.
That is true.
I feel like they're doing pretty good with the fouls, though. I feel like they slowed it down a little bit, and they're getting a lot of steals resulting instead of fouls.
As Gorloks have the ball, Coleman controlling. He's over here trying to find out how to get this play going. He gives it to Nugent. Nugent to Mark. Mark Moore's three-point shot is good. As Harrison is now having the ball for the Blue Jays. He hands it off to Galbraith. Galbraith at the bottom wing. He's looking around. He's dribbling. He drives in. He gives it to Thompson to Spriggs. Spriggs, he wants to drive in, and that's good. Emil Spriggs for the beautiful layup. Pushes their lead up to 2:29, but now it is back down to, 2:27. As Harrison gives it to Galbraith across court. Galbraith looking around. He gives it to Althouse. Althouse at the top of the key. He throws it to Harrison. Harrison in the bottom corner. He's looking around. He gives it to Spriggs. Spriggs with the three. And that was just a little off. Rebounded by Nugent. Mark controlling the ball. Gives it to Carl. Spriggs with the beautiful steal by the Blue Jays as Harrison pushes it. His jump shot is up and good. Pushing the lead to 29. As Coleman looks around. He's just dribbling up forward. He gives it to Nugent. Nugent on the top wing looking for somebody to give it to. He gives it to Carl. Carl down to number 10, Diallo. And
good tip by Spriggs.
Nugent's shot was no good. Rebounded by Nugent. As it will, what do they call him? They're going to give it a push. I figured they would have called it goaltending, but for the Blue Jays, Williams, Jeffries, and Kemker sub in as number 44, Jones, subs in for Webster. Nugent's free throw shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Galbraith. Blue Jays had the ball. 59-32 our score with just 11:35 left in the game. Williams has the ball. He gives it to Jeffries. Jeffries in the bottom wing. He looks around. He dribbles. He goes in. His layup's up and good.
Good student defense.
As Nugent has the ball in the bottom corner, he looks around. He's trying to hand it off to Moore, who was marked, but he couldn't. So now he bounces it to Mark.
Good take by the team for Webster. Good take.
As Harrison slows it down, he gives it to Jeffries. Jeffries giving out the call. The call we've seen all game. He hands it off to Williams. Williams drives it. He gives it to Jeffries. Jeffries, he goes in. His shot's no good. Putback was no good as well. As Moore now has control of the ball, he gives it to Diallo. Diallo, his shot's up and good. 61-37. Kemker, his shot's up no good. Diallo had the ball, tried throwing it to Jones, but Jones couldn't get a hand on it. Jeffries has the ball for the Blue Jays. He hands it off to Harrison. Harrison getting screened from Kemker. Harrison wants a three.
Ooh.
Just rims in and out. As the Warlocks are trying to do a fast break, but they didn't get it. As the Gorlocks, when we are getting a charge on Coleman. Wasn't happy with that call, but the Blue Jays had the ball as Hubbard subs in for the Blue Jays and Brown subs in for Moore. Blue Jays had the ball as Jeffries has control. He moves up. He gives it to Hubbard. Hubbard looking around. He gives it to Galbraith. Galbraith down low to Kemker. Kemker gives it to Hubbard. Hubbard under the basket. Gives it to Jeffries. Jeffries to Williams. Williams, he wants to drive in, but he's going to get the penalty. As Jeffries is to go to the free throw line. Penalty on Coleman. Williams. His first shot's up and good. 62-37 our score here with 9:45 left in the game. Both teams with 4 fouls. His second shot is up and good as well. As Coleman has the ball for the Gorlocks. He's just dribbling everywhere. He gives it to Brown. Brown to Jones. Jones hands off to Brown. Brown gets a screen from Jones. Brown to Coleman. Coleman, he's going to pop a shot. His shot's up and good. Gorlocks doing a relaxed full court as Jeffries has the ball. He's dribbling around on the top of the key. He gives it to Kemker. Kemker, look around. He throws it over to Galbraith. Galbraith gives to Williams. Williams looking around. He throws it over to Jeffries. Down low to Kemker. Kemker wanted a shot. No good. Rebounded by Hubbard. Hubbard to Williams. Williams gives it to Galbraith. Galbraith swings it over to Jeffries. And we get a shot clock violation. Just under 9 minutes left in the game, 63-39. As looks like Brown's little jump shot's up and good. As Jeffries now has control. Galbraith passing half court with the ball. He dribbles up the top half court corner. Kemker now has it. He dashes it down to Williams. Williams' little fadeaway is good.
Nice little jumper on the move.
Coleman handling the ball, gives it to Jones. Jones looking around. He swings it. Oh, no, he's going to dribble. He tried to go in. Of course, we get a penalty on Kemker with a push as it looks like Moore and Eaton sub in for the Gorlocks and Eberlin subs in for the Blue Jays. 8:07 left in the game, 65-41. And Diallo has the ball. He swings it over to Moore. Moore to Eaton. Eaton to Brown. Hands it off to Brown. Brown, he wanted to try driving in, but got hit by Hubbard. As it is, oh, what the? And we got a jump ball. As we had a little, oh no, they're going to call a penalty on Jeffries. As the Gorlocks will have the ball under their own basket. As number 25, Wetushek subs in, and Hawkins. Here we go with, starting off with Moore. Moore to Hawkins. Hawkins looking around. He bounce passes it to Eaton. Eaton, he gives it to Brown. Brown wants a three. His shot's up, no good. Rebounded by the Blue Jays. Galbraith swings it down to Jeffries. Jeffries gives it to Williams. Williams to Eberlin. Eberlin's shot was blocked, but they're going to send him to the free throw line. Penalty on Moore. That is Carl Moore. As Eberlin is at the free throw line for two. 7:32 left in the game, 65-41. Eberlin's first shot is up and nothing but net. Moving their lead up by one, up to one. Gosh dang it, added one. His second shot is nothing but net as well.
And said that's slight work right there. That's slight work, those free throws for him.
As we have Brown, he's going to drive all the way in. Rebounded by Moore. Moore's shot was up and good, but he will go to the free throw to try to convert the and one. As we're going to have a big substitution coming for the Blue Jays. As you have Althouse, Thompson, Harrison, and Spriggs sub in for Jeffries, Hubbard, Williams, and Eberlin. As Moore's at the free throw line, his shot's up and good. Blue Jays now have the ball. Spriggs to control the ball. He's past half court in between the circles. He hands it off to Harrison. Harrison in the same place in between the circles. He throws it to Spriggs at the bottom wing. Spriggs looking around. He swings it to Thompson. Thompson to Althouse. Althouse swings it to Galbraith. Galbraith looking around. He He hands it over to Harrison. Harrison dribbling around. He pops a shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Spriggs. Spriggs to Althouse. Althouse looking around. He throws it down to Harrison. Harrison, little touch pass to Spriggs to Althouse. Althouse hands it right back off to Spriggs. Spriggs looking around. He's going to just dribble around. He hands it to Althouse. Althouse with the long three. No good. Rebounded by Hawkins for the Gorlocks as Brown hit out to Brown. Brown tried to give a little show to Spriggs, but it bounces off. As Harrison's now here in the bottom corner of half court. As now he hands it to Galbraith, who's going to hand it over to Spriggs. Spriggs near half court, hands it over, or throws it over to Althouse, who gives it right back to Spriggs. And he swings it to Thompson.
Oh, man.
Just a second too late for Thompson, as they will get the shot clock violation. Subbing in, we have Beckton and Moore. So we have both Moores on the court, so we call them by their first name. As Mark has the ball. He's dribbling past half court. He's looking around. He gives it to Beckton. Beckton, he tried to do a little turnaround, but he's double teamed. But he gets around it and makes his layup. And now the Blue Jays moving the ball up. 5:30 left in the game. 67-46 your score. Harrison wanted to try driving in, but he throws it out to Spriggs. Spriggs dribbling around, hands it off to Althouse. Althouse, the pass was picked. But I don't know what they're going to call here, and they're going to call a penalty on Jackson Althouse. And we're going to the free throw line for a 1-1. Hubbard's, I believe, is most likely going to sub in for Althouse, if I am guessing right. And my guess was right, as Carl Moore is at the free throw line now. His first shot's up, no good. Rebounded by Hubbard. Hubbard gives it to Harrison. 67-46 our score, 5:15 left. As Harrison hands it off to Spriggs. Spriggs here on the bottom wing. He's going to drive all the way in. His lap's off a little too hard off the glass.
Good tilt by Devontae. The ball couldn't be picked up. Ball goes back to
Thompson. Thompson looking around. He gives it to Hubbard. Hubbard trying to slow things down. Gives it to Spriggs. Looks like Westminster's just trying to buy a little time off the clock as he gives it to Harrison. Harrison in the bottom corner. He dribbles up and he gives it to Thompson at the top wing. Thompson handing it off to Harrison. Harrison driving in and is deflected by Moore. That is Carl, but stolen, but back to the Gorlocks as Hawkins gives it to Beckton. Beckton goes in. His shot's up. It's no good. Rebounded by the Blue Jays. As he's gonna, as Harrison now has the ball. He went to drive in and deflected by, it was either Carl Moore or Beckton. But Harrison will now go to the free throw line.
That was Carl Moore, man. He's been racking up the blocks this game.
But Harrison will be at the free throw line. 4:14 left here. 68-46 the score. Blue Jays up.
You know, Carl has a decent mixture of size and athleticism. Just haven't seen too much of it this game other than on defense for the blocks.
Subbing in was Diallo. Diallo looks like Lattimore. And I missed the other, number 24, Jadis. Yeah, Jadis Smith. As Lattimore is here, he dribbles. He bounce passes it, but it hits the line, the baseline, and it will now be Blue Jays ball. Coach Bunch not happy with that call. As Galbraith moving the ball slowly, just under 4 minutes to go. And Galbraith hands it off, Spray's handing it off to Galbraith. Galbraith here in the top corner of the half court line. As Thompson wanted a three, but it's no good. Rebounded by Smith. Smith gives it to Moore. Moore, that's Mark. His fadeaway shot is good.
He had just the right bounce on that shot to get it in.
Spriggs moving it up. He's slowly moving.
They have definitely slowed the pace down the game, and we're sitting at a score of 69 Blue Jays, 48 Gorlocks with 3 minutes left.
As Hubbard has the ball, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hubbard was going to try driving in, but there's a penalty instead on, who do they call that on?
24.
That will be on Smith, as we have a big substitution coming in, as Jeffries, Williams, Eberlin, and number 20, Combs subs in. As his shot's up, no good. Rebounded by Diallo of the Gorlocks. Just hit under 3 minutes here. 69-48 our score. Lattimore has the ball for the Gorlocks. He's on the top key. He swings it to Beckton gives it to Diallo. Diallo foot, I guess, went out of bounds. Now number 33. Adrian Webb to sub in for the Blue Jays as Jeffries controls the ball. We have 3:35 left here in the game. 2:35 left in the game as Jeffries gives it to Williams. Williams gets a screen from Eberlin as Williams was going to try it. His little touch shot is up and good.
Beautiful floater.
71-48 our score here. Blue Jays up. As Lattimore has the ball for the Gorlocks. He gives it to Moore. That's Mark. Mark's shot's no good. Rebounded by Jeffries. Jeffries moving past half court. And they're just going to do a time. The ref. And it looks like Coach Mitchell just wanted a little 30-second timeout to put in his subs. As now on the court we have Webb. We have Webb, Green, Allen, and is it Mawson? Caleb Mawson or Mason? I think it's Mawson, if I'm right. It's M-A.
I would say Mawson.
Stolen by the Gorlocks. Lattimore drives. His layup is up and good with 1:35 left. Green moving up for the Blue Jays. He's dribbling. He throws it to Webb. Webb dribbles, gives it to Combs. Combs gives it to Green. Green over to Webb. Webb, the bottom corner. He's just dribbling down here in the corner. He bounces it to Mawson. Mawson, his shot's up and no good.
Move. Just couldn't get the finish.
Swing to number 42, Bennett. His shot was up and good. 71-50 our score here, just under a minute left. And it looks like Webb, he's going to drive in. His shot's up and good.
Done well. And the crowd does well for him in a nice little way.
Number 33, Colin Doss for the try for the Gorlocks. And if I was a betting man, I would probably say the Blue Jays want to try to hold the ball. But nope, that shot's up and no good. Rebounded by Bennett. Just under 25 seconds left here in the game. Lattimore, he's going to pop a three, and it's no good. Rebounded by Webb. And I guess the Blue Jays aren't done yet as he gets a bounce pass to Allen.
You love some of this commodity. These guys on the bench are cheering for their teammates every point. It's like
Diallo's 3-point shot's up, no good. And that will be the game. 75-55, the final score. Blue Jays win it here in Fulton, Missouri at Westminster College.
And this is Coach Mitchell's last home game, I believe.
Yes, it